What's going on, my psychedelic squadron? It's your boy Trippy here, man. Coming at you with another Madden 19 video today. But before I go ahead and get into this, man, I just wanted to go ahead and give all of you beautiful bastards a special shout out, man. Thank you for 200 subscribers. I did not think I would actually get there this fast, man. Much love to all of you guys, and hopefully pretty soon we'll go ahead and hit that 250 mark and then just keep going from there, man. Thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys give me, and there's nothing I can really do to honestly give you that back. So yet again, thank you, love you guys, and let's go ahead and get into the video. I'm about to go ahead and give you my predictions for the Super Bowl promotion that should be dropping, and honestly, Lord knows the way EA be dropping content nowadays. The way that I see it happening, I see them doing about like 6 regular players, then a set player, then a bunch of limited time players. I'm going to give you my predictions for the 6 players I would like to see. I'm not necessarily going to say these are going to be the players or these are the players that like absolutely need it, but there's a couple no-brainers, there's a couple old school picks, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. First things first, it's about damn time the Minister of Defense gets a damn card. We have been waiting way too long, and he's been disrespected too much to let the likes of Bruce Smith, fuck Bruce Smith, and all these other players that weren't even, well, I'm not going to say Bruce Smith wasn't half as good as, you know, Reggie, but there's been so many cards at the left end position that have been getting upgrades, and good old Reggie just sitting here chilling in the corner. It's about time he gets some love. Now, if I were to go ahead and like look at his stats or whatever to see how they'll increase, honestly, his power move is still pretty decent, even to this day. I'm assuming his finesse move, assuming that he goes up in about the 96 overall range, 96 to 97. I do predict that they'll do like a 96 overall for all of the set players, and then probably do like a 98 for the master. But you know, just judging based upon that, his finesse move has got to be at least a 90. At least a 90. Power move is going to be like a 96, 97. There's no doubting that. Speed probably isn't going to go up too much. Probably be in the 82 range, like tops. Acceleration is going to go up too much. His block shedding will be at least a 92, 93, like bare minimum. Pursuit will be like a 90, tackling will be like a 94, and hit powers got to be at least an 89, because you know how to be skimping some stats, 1 or 2. But this card should be an absolute monster in 84-3 defense, and despite what Mutthead says, any 4-3 defense, and I can't wait. I'm probably not going to get him because I got Khalil Mack, but, you know, maybe later down the line. Next one up, we're going to go ahead and kick it old school, man. This player hasn't got a card, as you can see, since Madden 15. And if we're going to talk about Super Bowls, we might as well talk about a couple Pittsburgh Steelers players, man. Jack Lambert, his card, of course his card isn't probably going to look like this with 100 play recognition and 98 block shed at this point in Madden. But if we're going to go ahead and predict a couple stats, 88 speed, he might be in that range. I'm not too sure how fast he was back in the days. Acceleration probably going to be like a 92. Everything else is going to stay about the same. Tackling will probably be like a 97. Hit power will probably stay in that range at 94 to 96. Block shedding will probably be damn near the same. Play recognition will be like a 98 or some shit like that. Pursuit will probably be like a 95. Of course, he's not the best coverage-wise, but if you user him, he was 6'4", pretty decent user as height. If he's got decent speed, could be a huge problem in the middle of the field. And next up, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Troy Polamalu. It's been, yet again, since Madden 15, since we've seen this card, since his retirement card. And, I mean, Troy Polamalu does got, what, 2 rings? I mean, it can only be a matter of time, man. I know you got people like James Harrison, who had the pick 6 against the Cardinals, and was also a part of 2 Super Bowl trips, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, man, this card is definitely much needed in Madden 19, man. To have a Troy Polamalu card in the game Of course, yet again, back then, I don't know what they were talking or looking at when they were doing these stats. 102 acceleration, 97 speed, 101 play recognition, like stuff like that. Um, don't expect this card to be this juiced at this point, but expect the speed to be somewhere in that 93 to 94 range, like Brian Dawkins, Ed Reed. Strength will be definitely in that same range. Acceleration will be like a 95. Give it a 95. Jumping will probably be just about the same. Tackling just about the same. Now the block shed and the finesse move for a safety is insanely, like, just dudes on steroids in that regard. But probably don't expect it to be that high. Probably in the high 70s. Pursuit, I wouldn't be mad if it was 99. Play recognition, hell, they can keep that 101 as many times as man can jump and snap. Man coverage, I could see 82 staying there and maybe like a 96 zone coverage. But yeah, definitely would love to see Troy P in the game. The next up is first offensive player for this list is going to be Larry Allen. Along in the same breath with Reggie White, it's about damn time Larry Allen should get a card, man. He's one of the best right guards in NFL history, and he's really, between him and Reggie White, they better have something big playing for him. It just sucks because if he does get like a hefty upgrade, it's going to be a bitch to use training points to get him all the way up there. Probably like 4,500 or more upgrades to get him to whatever his last tier is. So it's gonna suck. But even up until recently, when these playoff cards came out, like this right guard was like still top tier. Up until about when Alan Page and them boys started coming out, like when those goons on the line started coming out. But of course his speed should go up a little bit. I mean, he wasn't the fastest player of all time, but 92 strength, definitely going to boost that up. That's going to be like a 97. Like, it's got to be. He's one of the strongest players in NFL history. Of course, with your Cowboys cams on, you could probably get him to a 99, if not more. But awareness, definitely going to shoot up to about a 95, 97. Run block, all his run block stats are going to go up at least I'll give about 4 to 5. Even though that was his forte, I could definitely see it about like a 95, 96 range. Pass blocking, pass block power, those two stats will be at least a 94, and then his pass block finesse will probably be like a 93. Lead block and impact block will probably be around 92, and then lead block will probably be 90, if that. I don't know. I'll give him a 90. Definitely, I'll give him a 90. The next offensive card is going to be my main man, Marshall Faulk, who hasn't. I looked this up on my head. Unless I'm being like, bullshitted. Marshall Faulk hasn't had an upgrade or a card in Madden since like one of the first tiers of Legends that got released in Madden 18, and I could have swore he had like Ultimate Legends card. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I really wanted to go Kurt Warner in this spot, but due to who I have at my master, or like the set master player, I really didn't want to go at that position twice. So I figured, I know it's another halfback. We still got Gurley, Ricky, and really nothing really matters after those two players. But Marshall Faulk, still renowned as probably the most well-rounded back in NFL history, who partially inspired a new generation of running backs. Could definitely use a little bit of love in the Super Bowl promotion. His stats, these are, Madden 18 stats, and it's definitely a little different from last time. But expect his catching stats, like right here. Like, this area is going to be crazy if he does get a card. His speed will probably be like 94. 94 is definitely good enough to compete in this year's Madden, a halfback position. Acceleration will probably still be like a 94, 95 somewhere. I'll give him like a 93. Trucking isn't going to be that high. Juke and spin are going to be crazy, probably in that 96 range between one of those stats. The other one will probably be like a 92 or 93. Looseness will probably be like a 95. Vision should be a 99, but you know how they do. And yeah, that's really the only main stats that really matter. His trucking isn't going to be the best, but would love to see a Marshall Faulk sometime soon. And then next, we got Mr. Stickum himself, Fred Biletnikoff. Dude, I think he did win a pretty decent amount of, at least 1 to 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, 1 to 2 Super Bowls. He had to have. I expect his stats to be damn near exactly the same that they are right here. But I think if they transition his stats to Madden 19, his overall probably be like a 95, 96 overall, somewhere in that range. Don't ask me why, but expect a couple of these stats to be up or down 1 or 2 if he does get a Super Bowl card. Now, let's go ahead and hop into who I think will get the master set for the Super Bowl promotion, Mr. Joe Flacco. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, you know I'm fucking with you. There ain't no way in hell Joe Flacco is going to get this fucking card. It's Mr. Joe Montana himself, man. Yet again, another player who hasn't gotten a card since Madden 15. Other than Tom Brady, who's got more rings at the quarterback position than Joe Montana? Just maybe Terry Bradshaw? But I got enough Steelers on this list, so we can do without Terry Bradshaw for right now. They probably ain't paying Terry Bradshaw enough money to have his name put in this game. You know what I'm saying? But peeping the stats for this Joe Montana, I expect his card to probably be a 98 overall. We're only looking at the main stats that are quarterback centric, and we're gonna look at the throw power, which should definitely be at least a 95. At this point in Madden, you have to have at least a 95, maybe a 92, and then with go deep chems, he can be like a 95. Throw accuracy, I don't even know if that's still a thing. Throw accuracy short. I think it's 3 separate categories still. His throw under pressure will probably be like a 95, 96. Everything else will probably be somewhat in that same range, except throw short. Probably still be like 97. So it'll be like 97, 95, 93. And then, your chems will situate everything else. But, yeah, there we go. That's my predictions for this Super Bowl promotion that should be dropping pretty soon, man. Let me know down below what you think and what players you think will actually get a card. Now, a lot of this is more hope than actually what I'm predicting, but a man can dream, right? But if you enjoyed, man, go ahead and hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. 2-piece those mofos. It'll help the channel grow tremendously. Stay tuned for more Madden 19 content such as this. And until next time, fellas, peace.